Coming up on News Live at 6, the Syracuse City Council hearing hosts a new talk on the new First Drones Responders program and invites residents to speak for the first time.
Plus, Syracuse Abroad Week is kicking off. What's being offered? And the latest on new CDC restrictions making it difficult to get vaccinated this year. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Tonight, the city is asking for community input for a new police program. Hello and welcome to News Live at 6. For this Monday, I'm Kaitlin Campbell.
And I'm Riley Faye. Thank you for joining us tonight. The public hearing is happening right now in City Hall to debate a new program that would use drones as an aid to first responders. Our Colleen Akuda is live at City Hall. What are city residents saying?
Hi Caitlin and hi Riley. Hey guys, so city residents, local lawmakers, and police leadership are here talking at the conference right behind me to discuss whether or not they've made the right decision and if they are affecting privacy concerns as well as data breaching for the residents if these drones become a part of emergency situations. Ryan McMahon explains the drones new wear program and what it's going to be doing for first responders.
But also when you think about the uses, if someone's barricaded in a home and it's too dangerous or inaccessible to law enforcement to go in, but you're concerned about what is unfolding there, literally this.
All right, apologizing for technical difficulties there. So the city council took 10 months to invite residents to be a part of the conversation. That's a significant amount of time to have residents' opinion on what's going to be affecting them directly. So if you're looking behind us, what we learned is that they're deeply worried about their privacy concerns as well as the data breaching, as these are going to be going farther than just first responder, first critical conditions. They're also going to be covering really small, lesser priority situations as well, which makes residents fear for their own privacy. They're also concerned of the militarization of these police forces in the community. And others are hopeful that the technology will help to speed up the emergency response process. So I guess we're gonna have to see. Back to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Colleen. And today marks the first day of Syracuse Abroad Week. The university will be holding events and information sessions throughout the week for students interested in studying abroad. The week is highlighted by the Abroad on the Quad in Shaw Quadrangle this Thursday, where students will be able to learn about the study away programs the university has to offer.
Also on campus, Art and Music Histories is screening the As We Speak Rap Music on Trial documentary until 6:30 tonight. The film explores the idea that rap music lyrics are increasingly used as evidence in criminal investigations of rappers and control freedom of creative expression. Following the screening is a talk back with the film's lead Bronx-based rapper, Campbell. The event is a part of the Syracuse Symposium series and is taking place in the Herg Auditorium in Newhouse 3.
And today marks the first day of Latina Heritage Month around the country. This year's theme of the celebrations is, quote, "Home is where we build it, Latina contributions to the U.S." The SU community is planning a committee of Latina Heritage hosted an opening ceremony today from 12 to 5 p.m. with live music, food, and a list of programming happening throughout the month.
Some future Latina Heritage Month events include a football tournament, a cumbia dance night, and open conversations about first-generation experiences. A programming schedule can be found by going to experiencesyracuse.edu under Latina Heritage Month.
And the first annual Bare Roots Music Festival took place in Thornton Park last Saturday. Our reporter Brody Miller got the chance to check out how it might impact the local art scene.
It's amazing. This is what Syracuse needs. This is what we need.
With intentions of community building and artistic showcase at its roots, the first annual Bare Roots Music Festival at Thornton Park brought together local residents of all ages for an afternoon of music, art, and creative expression. However, organizers say the goal for the event was deeper than that.
And so when it came to making something like this, it was to just show that there's a real art scene happening here. There's a lot of young people that are here, and there's a lot of people with things to say.
The city of Syracuse is currently in a voting competition for Levitt Foundation funding to help increase local music programming. Bear Roots help boost Syracuse in this competition by encouraging people to vote, MC Matt Scorgo explains.
It's free to, just scan the QR code and go vote. Everyone gets one vote, I believe, per, and currently we're in, I think, 140th place, but I think we can get those numbers up. Again, it's Hope Print, so if you use our church Hope Print, you'll see the voting on there.
If Syracuse places in the top 50, then they will receive $120,000 to use towards making events like the Bear Roots Festival happen in the local area for the next 3 years. By bringing together local artists, musicians, vendors, and all these community members, organizers of the Bear Roots Music Festival hope that this event shapes Syracuse's up-and-coming creative future for years to come. For Citrus TV News, I'm Brody Miller.
Thanks, Brody. And I have to say, the weather in that looked amazing.
Yes, it looked gorgeous.
And today it was amazing. I mean,
yeah,
I
beautiful.
was dying of heat walking here. What about you?
I know, I was definitely sweating, wore way too many layers for this time of year. It's definitely the time of layering,
yes.
But it was a gorgeous day, yeah.
I know, it was like that awkward transition right before fall, but you're still in winter. Our weather anchor, Grace Elford, will this continue? I mean, it looks amazing where you're at right now. Can you tell us kind of what's going on?
That's right, guys. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm right out here on the Citrus TV weather deck, and we're at 78 degrees with not a cloud in the sky if you can look behind me. So it's really just a beautiful day. I saw people walking around in t-shirts and shorts, even though we're halfway through September already. We're definitely still experiencing those transitional temperatures, still, getting back into the fall from the summer. Looking into tonight, you're going to be at 64 degrees with also clear skies and little chance of rain. So a great night to maybe hang out even outside after dark, just need a light jacket or something. So definitely a perfect day here in Syracuse, and we're going to have to relish these because there's only going to be a few more left. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Grace. That is right. Now, with the colder weather comes cold, flu, and COVID season, which is quickly approaching. And people around the country, as well as here in Onondaga County, are looking to get the newest vaccines. But new federal restrictions are causing chaos. This year, Citrus TV's Lauren Holdmeyer has the latest details on the ongoing issue.
And there's people dying every day from COVID still.
COVID-19 continues to cause hardship here in Onondaga County, in New York State, and throughout the country, all amidst federal vaccination restrictions piling up.
As of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule.
The CDC's new recommendation on the COVID vaccine mean that pharmacies will no longer be able to administer vaccines without a prescription. But lawmakers across the country are pushing back, including Governor Hochul here in New York.
The state of New York lost nearly 86,000 of our residents to this horrible illness. And what stopped those numbers from growing exponentially was the fact that we had very much accessible COVID shots.
Governor Hochul signed an executive order on September 5th, ensuring New York State residents will have access to COVID vaccines this fall.
And even though COVID-19 is not as big of a threat as it was earlier in the pandemic, Dr. James says it's still just as important to get vaccinated. The new COVID-19 booster shot will be arriving right here at the Barnes Center later this month.
I absolutely encourage people to get vaccinated. Don't believe that COVID is milder. Don't believe that COVID is not a threat anymore. It absolutely is.
And students here on campus are voicing concerns for the issue too.
I'm not one of those people that would choose to do it right now, but there definitely should be people that should just get the choice to do it.
Get vaccinated, 100%. Don't come to class sick. I don't want COVID.
Lauren Holdmeyer, Citrus TV News.
Thanks, Lauren. And the university will begin offering the COVID vaccine to students on September 29th. And the Onondaga County Health Department is issuing a blue-green algae advisory for Skinny Atlas Lake. Lab testing by the city of Syracuse found toxins produced by certain types of blue-green algae in untreated lake water. But officials say the public water supply from the lake is not affected by the algae bloom. People are advised to avoid contact with any visible blooms or discolored water since it may contain harmful toxins.
Now, the redesigned Interstate 481 off-ramp in the town of DeWitt is now officially open. The new exit is designed to help enhance safety and ease congestion for drivers heading to and from DeWitt, Manlius, and Fayetteville.
This all comes part of the multi-billion-dollar I-81 viaduct project project, which will see 481 become the mainline I-81 and help traffic heading around the city of Syracuse.
Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon has a new budget proposal, a $1.6 billion budget for 2026. The plan includes $6 million for a new sheriff's helicopter and $700,000 for 911 drones. While spending is set to increase by 3%, there's good news for homeowners. The amount of money raised from property taxes will stay the same. The budget also invests in the community with an additional $2.3 million for the Early Childhood Alliance, over $1.2 million for lead-related programs, and $200,000 in grants for agro-tourism.
Governor Kathy Hochul is endorsing Zohran Mamdani for mayor of New York City. In an opinion piece published by the New York Times, Hochul said, quote, "Mr. Mamdani and I don't see eye to eye on everything, and I don't expect us to. But I also believe that New York State and New York City are at our best when we stand together against those who tear us apart," end quote. Her endorsement makes Hochul the most powerful Democrat in the state of New York to back Mamdani's run for mayor.
Coming up on News Live at 6, the latest military strike on cartel activity.
Plus, the Trump administration says a deal for TikTok has been reached. The details to the possible agreement ahead.
Women are bad with money.
It's what the world's been saying for centuries.
But now, we've got something to say. Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses.
It's all worthless, unlike us. To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
You're watching Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Kaitlin Campbell, Riley Fay, and Grace Elford. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Just under an hour ago, President Trump announced he will be sending task force to Memphis aimed at combating crime in the city. This task force will be called the Memphis Safe Task Force and is part of Trump's broader effort to fight crime across the country.
This marks the first time Trump is sending troops to a Republican state to combat crime. Tennessee Republicans, including the governor, welcomed the proposal. Trump says he plans to send a similar task force to Chicago.
And President Trump announced on True Social Media that U.S. military forces carried out a second strike on a boat trafficking drugs across the Southcom area. This comes just 2 weeks after the military struck another boat supposedly carrying drugs in the Caribbean.
In the post, which is accompanied by a video of the strike, President Trump said it killed, quote, 3 male terrorists in action. Trump set out a warning in the post saying, quote, "If you are transporting drugs that can kill Americans, we are hunting you," end quote.
TikTok may be one step closer to having a new owner. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said a framework deal has been reached after talks between the U.S. and China this weekend. Bessent says President Donald Trump and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping will speak on Friday to possibly finalize this deal.
Chinese officials have not yet confirmed Bessent's statements, and no meeting between Trump and Xi is confirmed. The heart of the deal centers on the transferring ownership from Chinese company ByteDance.
Former federal prosecutor Maureen Comey is suing the Trump administration in an attempt to get her job back. Comey was fired in July and says her dismissal was unconstitutional.
Maureen Comey is the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. The lawsuit says she was not provided any explanation for firing and that it was based on perceived political affiliations with her father. James Comey was fired by Trump in 2017. Since then, he has become an outspoken critic of the president.
When we come back, I'll do 5-day weather forecast.
Met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. The rest of your week is going to be looking still pretty warm, even though we're halfway through September and we're actually in that last week of summer. Next Monday is going to be your first day of fall. Looking into our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow you're going to be at 82 degrees with sunny skies. Wednesday you're going to be partly cloudy, but still it's 79 degrees. Thursday, you're again going to be sunny at 81 degrees. Friday, going to be at 72 degrees, partly cloudy. And Saturday, you're going to be mostly sunny at 74 degrees. You're also going to be seeing a little bit of like cooler nights, but still those super warm days, still feeling like summer. And to celebrate those sunny days, those wrapping up of that warm weather, I asked everyone in the CitrusTV newsroom what was their song of the summer. What was their song that they listened to the most this summer and what they just encapsulated the past few months. We have Gnarly by Cat's Eye, Dive by Olivia Dean, Midnight Sun by Zara Larsson, Nothing On by Addison Rae, 12 to 12 by Somber, and my personal favorite was What Was That from Lord's new album. I just really think all these songs encapsulated the warm weather we've been having and hopefully we'll continue to have beyond this week, but we never know with Syracuse and the unpredictability here. I'm going to send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Grace. It looks like we have a lovely week coming up, but the On Center in downtown Syracuse hosted a summit this weekend to bring together patients and families of childhood cancer and build community. Our Kate Tannenbaum has the story.
When Syracuse native Paige Arnold was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 6, her family faced a test of strength that would change the course of their lives forever.
We had to go to Boston Children's Hospital for a bone marrow transplant. Unfortunately, the bone marrow transplant did not save her life. It is actually what took her life through something called graft versus host disease.
After Paige's death, her family wanted to find a way to honor her memory. They founded Paige's Childhood Cancer Fund, an organization that raises money to support other families facing the same hardships.
We help fund programs that will touch the patient and the family from the day of diagnosis through treatment, hopefully into remission, and survivorship and beyond.
Page's Cancer Fund has had enormous success in recent years, and this year, Executive Director Jennifer Huntley wanted to find a way to bring the Syracuse community together around this cause. At the summit, attendees had access to a range of resources, from nonprofit organizations and family assistance programs to pet therapy and bereavement counseling, all aimed at helping patients and their loved ones find support beyond treatment.
Our area has a ton of great nonprofit organizations serving the children and families that we do. And so I reached out to them and said, will you join us in this day and we'll all come together and, as I said before, share resources, and they all jumped at the chance. The energy's been great and the response from the community has been amazing.
For Citrus TV News, I'm Kate Tannenbaum.
Thanks so much, Kate, for that inspiring story. Lots of action this weekend in sports. Syracuse football faced Colgate. Orange field hockey hit the road. The Bills played a divisional foe, and the MLB playoff race is heating up. All this and more coming right up.
Do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
It was another successful weekend at home for Syracuse football ahead of a big test on the road for SU. Welcome into sports. I'm Dan Shalam. The Orange matched up against Colgate looking for an 18th straight win against the Raiders on a Friday night in the Dome. And while that streak is great, SU is just hoping for an easy win at home after a first couple of tough weeks. So could they get it done? Let's take you out to the JMA Wireless Dome and find out. Early on in the game, it's Steve Angeli finding Justice Ross Simmons on the left side. He cuts into the end zone to make it 7-0 Syracuse. And really the big thing overall for the Orange in this game is similar here to field hockey, as we got a lot going on behind me. But for Syracuse football, it was just about getting back on track. They had a 66-24 victory here for the Orange. Steve Angeli was balling out. You see this play here. Justice Ross Simmons with the SportsCenter top 10 play put Syracuse up 14-3 in the first quarter. And then on the very next drive for Colgate, a pick by the Orange. Demetrius Samuel Jr. takes this one 38-3 for SU at the half. That forces backup quarterback Ricky Collins into the game. He throws a pick on his first drive as a Syracuse Orange, but then he makes up for it on the very next drive, finds his man in the end zone for his first touchdown as an Orange player. Syracuse coast to victory in this one, 66-24 your final. And going forward for Syracuse, it's all about how they're going to respond against Clemson. The big story for the Orange in this game was the fact that Angeli put up 6 touchdowns, just the 4th ever player to do so in Syracuse history. And while the football team got it done, Syracuse field hockey also had a very big challenge ahead of them on the road, going up against a couple of Northeast foes. Starting against Princeton, they got the job done 1-0 in overtime. They parlayed that against Lafayette, a 5-2 victory. And the big thing for Syracuse throughout both of these games was defender Bo Von Kempen. She had the winning goal against Princeton, as you see right here, and then against Lafayette, she had a hat trick. Now, Von Kempen had 15 goals throughout the entire year last year. She's already got 14 through just 6 games of play. So she is on pace to break the single season scoring record for Syracuse field hockey by a large margin. The Orange open up conference play in the ACC against Wake Forest on Friday, and then they will face Duke on Sunday. And moving over to the NFL now, the Jets were in action against the Bills. A little bit of an in-state matchup, although the Jets are located in East Rutherford, so that's up to you if you want to count it or not. The Bills, it was them all day long. They were soaring over the Jets, large in part to James Cook. He had over 120 yards on the ground, a couple of touchdowns as well. Josh Allen was pretty quiet in this game, only at around 150 yards, but the Bills got the job done against the Jets. Justin Fields here threw for a touchdown to Jeremy Ruckert, Long Island native, his first TD as a Jet. But the big thing is he left the game early with a concussion, that being Justin Fields for New York. So that's something for them to monitor going forward. But the Bills with a big win, and they have a chance to go to 3-0 on Thursday Night Football against the Miami Dolphins. And for the Jets, they match up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their first road game come next Sunday. Now, staying in New York, the Yankees open up a big 3-game set against the Minnesota Twins tonight on the road. New York just took 2 out of 3 from Boston up at Fenway Park. So this a big game as we get close to the AL wild card and the postseason. Yankees have one of their aces in Carlos Rodon going, and they beat Minnesota about 2 out of every 3 times that they play. So they're hoping for a sweep out there in the Gopher State. We look and take a bigger look now at the AL wildcard standings. Yankees are on top in the first spot by about 2.5 games. Boston right behind them. That's why it was so crucial. And Houston and Texas in the race. Guys, back to you over at the desk.
Thanks, Dan. When we come back, one last look at your wake-up weather.
Stick with us. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Welcome to Live from Studio B.
Welcome to another episode of Culturally and Technically Legal.
Previously on Survivor.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for easy consumption.
When you wake up tomorrow, it's going to be in the 50s, and then with that same trend we've been seeing, get up to almost 80 degrees by 12. Kaitlin and Riley, I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Grace. I mean, today it was UV of 7 degrees, so I hope we stay.
Hopefully we'll be outside a little bit to target a tan.
Exactly. Well, that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Monday evening.
Don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at Citrus TV News. Now for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Riley Fay.
And I'm Caitlin Campbell. Have a great night, Syracuse.